It's day 28 of my video every single day of August challenge, and I got shot my local IDPA match yesterday. Got my scores in. I got first overall. Pretty happy about that. You know, I felt like I shot pretty fast. And what's funny is the two stages that I thought I shot well was 2 and 5, and those were the only ones I didn't have stage wins on. So. I talked to the second place guy, and he had some mechanical issues. So, you know, it would have been a little bit closer if he wouldn't have had those mechanical issues. He had a couple of bad rounds. So, anyways, but I'm real happy with the way I shot, and you know, I had the other stages that, you know, I felt like I was looking for targets, and I really didn't hit my reload as fast, but I guess I shot fast enough, you know, get stage wins and stuff. I really, on 4, boy, there were some steel poppers. I mean, there were some steel plates, and man, I completely smoked those plate racks. I shot them so fast that I had to look back and was like, did I get them both? Because I... you know, it was like automatic. I didn't have to think about it. It was like just boom, boom, they were down. So I'm real happy about that. I felt like I had pretty good footwork. I moved pretty good. You know, I didn't ever get locked down, but for me at least, good footwork, because it's hard to get this big frame going sometimes. So what I need to work on, though, is my first shot. I threw a lot of first shots, and you know, and I recognized that I missed them, and I had to make them up. So in the video from yesterday, you'll see that I shot 3 times at the first target, 2 or 3 stages. I know 2 for sure. So I got to work on that, and I really need to shoot smarter. I shoot smarter, but you know, I'm not gonna beat myself up too bad. You know. I got some more work to do. I got a tough week ahead of me. I'm really not looking forward to getting back on that scale Monday. So, day 28. Benjamin, what are you doing, Mia? Are you just being cute? Okay, so it's the end of day 28. Just looked at the video of my shooting yesterday, and just a quick recap of the, you know, kind of like a stage breakdown. Stage 1, I missed my very first shot, but I was able to make it up. I think I did a good job of that. So I missed my very first shot. It was tech sequence, so after I engaged the second target, I just went back and put 2 on it. It was steel for the next shot, so I had some extra rounds, and I hit it perfect, so I didn't need the extra rounds. It kind of threw my count off a little bit, but when I engaged the 2 targets while moving, I should have just dumped that last round in there and started to reload, but I kind of went brain dead there, and I messed that reload up because I went around I kind of fumbled around, and I should have just ran around, hit my reload, went to that corner, and got those headshots on the last target. So I had an extra shot on one of the headshots, hit the barrel. So wasn't bad. I shot it fast, but that's been my case of I really got to work on hitting those reloads, getting that worked out a little bit better. Stage 2 was the kind of standard stage. We had to shoot strong hand, or freestyle, strong hand, and weak hand, and they had some really tight non-threats. And man, I would really like another look at that, but I think I could have shot it a little faster. You know, as slow as I shot it, it should have been clean, but it wasn't clean. I think I was 6 or 7 down, but just because I was staying away from the non-threat so far, as while I was down. And I could have been a little bit faster on that reload while I was shifting over to the other side of the square, other side of the box to, clear that non-threat. But that was good. 3, I really wasn't comfortable shooting those swingers by backing up, and I threw an extra round on there and messed up my count again. And boy, swinging around the right, I really engaged those targets really good. I was nice rhythm, nice cadence, and I was really, and I got away with a procedural there. I had to look at the video, and what I did was I still had a round in the gun when I reloaded. Dropped an empty mag, but I still had one in the gun, so that's where I messed up. Again, messing up on my reload like I did the stage before. But, all the hits were there, so that I was happy with that one. Stage 4, they had somebody get DQ'd by pushing down the barrels with their gun out, so I made a point just to get the barrels down before I even got my gun out, so just to make it a little easier. And I wanted to reload right there on my right hand side where I was comfortable, so I went to my reload a little bit earlier. I was kind of searching for targets, once I made it through the first 4, and but I reached for my reload early, like on the 5th target or something, but then I went around the corner, and boy, I smoked that steel. I really liked the way I shot that steel. So on both sides, I just nailed it. And the first 2 that I was kind of surprised me. But anyways, enough about the steel. And then stage 5 was Mozambique, and I threw a couple of rounds, but I realized it, and I was making them up really quick. I was seeing real good, and I shot really fast. Steel went 1-for-1 on the steel, so don't make up shots on the steel. It was just the headshots I threw. 1 on after the reload, and at the end I threw an extra 1. So stage 6, I was surprised. My score wasn't very good on 6. But looking back at the video, I should have been more aggressive on the cover. I kind of leaned back from the cover once I went into the room. I should have been all up on that cover, leaning around the corner, and I should have went through the hole at the port. I kind of didn't have enough room because I was away from cover so much. But it's funny how I crowd cover most of the time, and the one time I didn't need to is when I needed to be aggressive, I wasn't aggressive enough. I think that's the only way I could have really sped up on this stage. So that's it. Day 28. Now I've got to get to work on my diet and stuff and get to work on that.